Success isn't about being the best, it's about never giving up. How far would you go to achieve your dreams? This opening line serves as both a challenge and an invitation. It immediately asks your audience to reflect on their own journey and on what they are truly willing to sacrifice or endure to achieve their goals. Success is often thought of as a destination or a final achievement, being the best, the smartest, or the most skilled, but the reality is that it's far more about perseverance than perfection. The emphasis here is on the process, not the end result. The question compels the audience to think beyond their current struggles and to visualize the rewards of persistence. Brian Tracy often starts with a question or an insightful statement because it not only grabs the audience's attention, but it also aligns them with the theme of the talk right away. By encouraging viewers to think about their own willingness to push through adversity, you're engaging them to continue watching with a personal stake in the message. The road to success is not always easy, but it's always worth it. Today we'll explore how perseverance and resilience are the keys to achieving your highest goals. Here we shift from the opening hook to a more defined message. Success is not a smooth, linear path. It's crucial to establish early that there will be obstacles on this journey, but it's precisely these challenges that make the final victory so fulfilling. Success doesn't come easily, and this is something your audience needs to understand from the start. By acknowledging the difficulties ahead, you help normalize failure and setbacks as part of the process. This prepares your audience for the reality that to achieve greatness, they must first overcome adversity. This is also a perfect segue into the main theme of the video, which is perseverance. The phrase perseverance and resilience is powerful because it speaks to two of the most important traits that every successful person must cultivate. Perseverance is about continuing despite challenges, while resilience is the ability to bounce back stronger after setbacks. Together they form the backbone of any success story. You might want to elaborate on these ideas by pointing out that obstacles, failures, and delays are not just inevitable, they are essential. They build the character and fortitude necessary to withstand the ultimate test of success. Just like an athlete must push through the pain to break records, so too must anyone on the road to success face their struggles head-on. Success means different things to different people. For some it might be wealth, for others it's the freedom to live life on their own terms. But there's one thing that all successful people have in common: they never gave up. At this point in the introduction, it's important to personalize success and remove any notion that it's only for the rich, famous, or extraordinarily talented. Success can be highly individualized. It might be the achievement of financial independence, the creation of a meaningful legacy, or simply the ability to pursue one's passion without compromise. What's crucial, however, is that all successful people share one essential quality: they refuse to quit when the going gets tough. You can use examples here to reinforce the point. For instance, many people think that success is reserved for those who are naturally gifted or have certain privileges. But think about stories like that of Michael Jordan, who was famously cut from his high school basketball team before becoming one of the greatest athletes in history, or Oprah Winfrey, who faced early rejection and hardship before building an empire. These examples are testament to the fact that success is less about the inherent advantages you have and more about your willingness to keep going when things aren't easy. What this section does is demystify success. It shows that it's not some unattainable, magical thing that only a select few can achieve. Instead, it's a result of persistence, resilience, and the refusal to give up. The power to succeed lies in the ability to keep going, even when you feel like turning back. The key to success is not necessarily about innate talent, intelligence, or a smooth journey. It's about persistence. Persistence is the force that propels us forward when everything seems to be working against us. It's the unwavering commitment to keep trying, despite failure and obstacles. The stories of some of the world's most successful people are perfect examples of how persistence can lead to greatness, even in the face of countless setbacks. One of the most iconic examples of persistence is Thomas Edison, who is often quoted as saying, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's journey toward inventing the light bulb is filled with stories of failure. In fact, he failed so many times in his experiments that many thought he was wasting his time. Yet, Edison didn't view these failures as roadblocks. He viewed them as necessary steps in the learning process, each one bringing him closer to the solution. Eventually, his persistence paid off, and he became one of the greatest inventors in history. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, also exemplifies the power of persistence. Before her books became a global phenomenon, Rowling faced multiple rejections from publishers. In fact, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was rejected 12 times before it was finally published. Imagine if she had given up after the first, second, or 10th rejection. Rowling's story shows that persistence is about continuing to push forward even when the world tells you no success doesn't come without struggle, but with unwavering determination, the impossible becomes possible. Walt Disney is another example of someone who was told he would never succeed. Disney was fired from a newspaper job because he was told he lacked creativity. He faced many setbacks in his career, including the failure of his first animation studio. Yet Disney continued to push through. Today, his name is synonymous with creativity, entertainment, and innovation. His story reinforces the idea that failures do not define your potential. What matters is how you respond to those failures. These examples show that failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. Persistence is about learning, adapting, and continuing despite difficulties. It's about facing rejection and still having the courage to keep moving forward. A major mindset shift that successful people often undergo is the realization that setbacks are not failures, they are simply part of the process of learning. When you start to view setbacks as opportunities for growth, you change your relationship with failure. Instead of letting it discourage you, you begin to embrace it as a necessary part of the journey. It's important to reframe the way we think about mistakes. Every time you fail, you are gaining valuable feedback. Whether it's a lesson on what doesn't work, a reminder of what you need to improve, or an opportunity to refine your approach, failure is information. The question is not whether you will fail, it's whether you will learn from it and continue. Consider Michael Jordan, who was famously cut from his high school basketball team. Jordan could have easily given up on his dream of becoming a professional basketball player. Instead, he used the rejection as fuel for improvement. His eventual success in the NBA came from years of practice, perseverance, and learning from every failure along the way. Jordan himself said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." When setbacks happen, successful individuals don't take them personally. Instead, they ask themselves, what can I learn from this? They adjust their strategies, refine their techniques, and try again, armed with new insights. This mindset shift transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth, which is essential for long-term success. To embrace this mindset, remind yourself that success isn't a straight line. It's more like a winding road with bumps, detours, and roadblocks. But every step, even the missteps, leads you closer to where you want to be. One of the most important truths about success is that adversity breeds growth. It is during the most challenging times that we develop the resilience, strength, and skills necessary for success. No great success story is without its trials, and the most successful people are often those who have been through the most difficult struggles. In fact, adversity is often the catalyst for growth. Take, for example, the story of Nelson Mandela. His 27 years of imprisonment were not just a test of endurance, they were a period of deep self-reflection, learning, and personal growth. Mandela emerged from prison not bitter, but as a leader who had the wisdom and strength to unite a divided country. His time in prison helped him develop the skills of patience, empathy, and strategic thinking, which were key to his success as South Africa's first democratically elected president. Similarly, Steve Jobs faced significant adversity when he was ousted from Apple, the company he co-founded. His firing was a public failure, but rather than giving up, he used the experience to reflect, learn, and reinvent himself. He later returned to Apple and led the company to become one of the most valuable and innovative in the world. Jobs said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backward." In other words, the hardships he faced were stepping stones that led to greater wisdom and success. Growth through adversity is not just about enduring hardship, it's about using it as a source of learning and improvement. When you face challenges, you often develop new skills, insights, and perspectives that you would not have gained otherwise. The struggle, though painful at times, is what prepares you to handle greater successes and responsibilities in the future. Adversity also shapes character. It teaches you how to handle pressure, deal with disappointment, and manage stress. Every time you push through a tough situation, you strengthen your ability to cope with future challenges. Success is built on the foundation of resilience, which is forged in the crucible of hardship. So when challenges arise, remember that they are not obstacles to success, they are the building blocks. They are the opportunities that allow you to develop the necessary skills and mindset for reaching the next level of achievement. Let's face the truth, setbacks are an inevitable part of the journey to success. No one is immune to failure, disappointment, or rejection. Every path to success is lined with obstacles, some small, some massive. In fact, the only thing certain about the road to achievement is that you will encounter setbacks along the way. When you embark on any ambitious goal, whether it's building a business, pursuing a dream, or even achieving personal growth, you will inevitably face moments of doubt, frustration, and failure. It's a natural part of the process. And yet many people see setbacks as signs that they're on the wrong path, or worse, that they should quit altogether. The truth is, setbacks are not signals to stop. They are simply a part of the journey. Thomas Edison, whose work we touched on earlier, provides one of the clearest examples of how setbacks can shape success. Edison's light bulb invention didn't happen overnight. He endured thousands of failures, each one testing his patience, his resolve, and his ability to persist. Yet each setback gave him crucial insights that moved him closer to his goal. Edison didn't see each failure as an end. He viewed them as lessons. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." The reality is that setbacks are an inherent part of success. You will face rejection, disappointment, and failure. And you will likely feel downhearted, discouraged, and frustrated at times. But those setbacks are what separates successful people from those who give up too soon. What truly distinguishes the achievers from the dreamers is their ability to keep going in the face of adversity. So as you pursue your own path to success, remind yourself of this: setbacks are inevitable. What matters is how you respond to them. Persistence, resilience, and a commitment to your goal will always set you apart from those who allow setbacks to break them. One of the most powerful ways to understand the role of setbacks is to look at the stories of people who have achieved great things despite seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Motivational figures like Walt Disney, Oprah Winfrey, and Stephen King all faced incredible struggles before they found success. Let's start with Oprah Winfrey. Oprah's story is one of the most compelling examples of how setbacks can shape a person. She was raised in poverty and faced numerous hardships growing up. She was sexually abused, suffered from deep insecurities, and had a difficult family life. But it was in those struggles that Oprah developed a deep empathy and understanding of human resilience. She was fired from her first television job as a news anchor because she was too emotionally involved in the stories she covered. This setback would have derailed many, but Oprah didn't quit. Instead, she used it as a springboard to launch her own talk show, which would go on to become a global platform for success. Oprah famously says, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." Oprah's story shows us that setbacks, though painful, often lay the groundwork for the most profound success. When you are forced to face hardship, you gain insight into your own strength and resilience. Oprah's journey demonstrates that your struggles can ultimately lead to the greatest breakthroughs in your life. Another powerful story of resilience comes from J.K. Rowling, the creator of the Harry Potter series. Before Rowling became one of the wealthiest women in the world, she was a struggling single mother living on welfare. Her manuscript for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was rejected by 12 publishers. Imagine the despair she must have felt after being told time and again that her book wasn't good enough. But Rowling's response to those setbacks wasn't to give up. She pushed forward. Today, Harry Potter is a global phenomenon, a series that has sold more than 500 million copies worldwide. Her story proves that rejection is not the end, it's simply part of the process. Then there's Stephen King, whose first novel, Carrie, was rejected by publishers 30 times before it was finally accepted. King was so discouraged by the constant rejection that he actually threw the manuscript in the trash. It was his wife, Tabitha, who retrieved it and encouraged him to send it out again. Today, King is regarded as one of the most successful authors of all time, with more than 350 million copies of his books sold worldwide. His story teaches us that rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It's merely a reflection of timing and fit, and persistence is the key to pushing through. These stories share a common thread: resilience. What sets people like Oprah, J.K. Rowling, and Stephen King apart is not that they didn't face setbacks, but that they chose to respond differently to their setbacks. They chose to see rejection as redirection, failure as feedback, and struggle as an opportunity to learn and grow. Their success is a direct result of their ability to keep pushing forward in the face of repeated setbacks. The term resilience refers to the ability to recover quickly from difficulties and setbacks. Resilient people don't avoid failure, they embrace it. They understand that setbacks are part of the process, not a signal to quit. Resilience is the mental toughness to bounce back after disappointment and keep moving forward. Resilience is also about maintaining perspective. When faced with a setback, resilient people ask themselves questions like, what can I learn from this, or how can I use this experience to grow? They refuse to let failure define them. Instead, they let failure refine them. Take Michael Jordan, for example. As a teenager, Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. For many people, this would have been a devastating blow, but for Jordan, it became fuel for his fire. Jordan didn't let failure define his identity. He used it to work harder and become better. His resilience helped him become not only one of the greatest basketball players in history, but also a symbol of overcoming obstacles through perseverance. In fact, Jordan is known for saying, I've failed over and over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. It's this mindset that setbacks are not dead ends, but opportunities to learn that lies at the heart of resilience. Resilient individuals don't see setbacks as failures. They view them as a temporary roadblock that will ultimately lead to greater strength and knowledge. Resilience is built over time. It's a skill that can be cultivated. But to build resilience, you must actively choose to face challenges head-on. You must make the decision that failure will never stop you from pursuing your dreams. And most importantly, you must believe that no setback is final. It is your response to setbacks that determines your ability to achieve success. Achieving success isn't just about wishful thinking or hoping that things will fall into place. Success is built on deliberate, consistent actions. It's the result of setting clear goals, staying disciplined, and managing your time effectively. In this section, we'll explore practical strategies that can help you stay on track and keep moving forward, even when the journey gets tough. One of the most important elements of success is goal setting. You can't hit a target if you don't know what it is, and the same goes for achieving success. Having clear, actionable goals is the foundation upon which everything else is built. When you set a goal, you're giving yourself a clear direction and a destination to work toward. Without a goal, you're essentially wandering aimlessly, hoping something will happen by chance. Successful people, however, know exactly where they're going. They understand that success is not accidental. It's the result of focused effort. Why clear goals matter. Goals serve several important purposes. Direction and motivation. Clear goals provide a sense of direction and help you stay motivated. They act as a roadmap, guiding you through the inevitable obstacles that will arise along the way. Knowing exactly where you're headed gives you the focus to push through even the toughest days. Measurement of progress. Goals allow you to measure your progress. When you have a specific goal in mind, you can track how far you've come, celebrate small wins, and make necessary adjustments along the way. Without goals, it's hard to know if you're on the right path. Without clarity amid challenges in the face of adversity, it's easy to lose focus. But when you have clearly defined goals, you can remind yourself of your why, the deeper purpose driving your actions. This clarity will help you push forward when distractions or setbacks try to derail your progress. Focus on actionable steps. The key to effective goal setting is to break down large goals into smaller, actionable steps. This is where most people go wrong. They set big, lofty goals, but they don't break them down into manageable tasks. This can leave them feeling overwhelmed and unsure of where to start. For example, let's say your goal is to write a book. That's a big goal, and it can feel intimidating. However, by breaking it down into smaller tasks, such as writing 500 words a day, researching for 1 hour each morning, or setting aside time each week for editing, you create a plan of action. The key is to make sure your goals are not only clear but also broken down into concrete, manageable actions that you can work on every day. By having actionable steps, you'll be able to see progress quickly, and this will keep you motivated. The clearer your goals, the easier it will be to stay focused and continue pushing forward when challenges arise. Discipline and consistency are two essential elements of success. You can have the best goals and the best plans, but if you don't follow through on them consistently, you won't achieve the success you desire. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. And consistency is the key to long-term success. The importance of daily habits. The success you achieve is often a direct result of the habits you develop over time. Small actions done consistently compound and lead to big results. This is the power of discipline. It's the ability to keep taking action day in and day out toward your goals, regardless of how you feel. For instance, let's say you're working on improving your fitness. If you commit to working out every day, even for just 20 minutes, you'll start to see progress over time. It might not happen overnight, but the key is that you're doing it every single day. The consistency of your actions will build momentum, and eventually you'll see the results. The same applies to any area of life, whether you're working on a business, learning a new skill, or pursuing a personal development goal. It's the consistent, daily actions that lead to growth. The trick is to stick to the plan, even when you don't feel like it. The role of accountability. One of the best ways to stay disciplined is to make yourself accountable. Share your goals with a friend, family member, or mentor who can check in with you regularly. When you're held accountable, you're more likely to stay disciplined and stay on track. Accountability helps you stay committed to the daily actions that will eventually lead to success. Time is one of your most valuable resources, and managing it well is critical if you want to stay on track and achieve your goals. Effective time management is the art of maximizing your productivity while minimizing distractions. It's about ensuring that your time is being spent on activities that move you closer to your goals, not on things that drain your energy or steer you off course. Prioritize your tasks. One of the first steps to managing your time effectively is to prioritize your tasks. Not all tasks are created equal. Some tasks will bring you closer to your ultimate goal, while others are simply distractions. Successful people know how to differentiate between the two, and they focus on what matters most. To prioritize, try using the Eisenhower matrix, a method for sorting tasks based on urgency and importance. Divide your tasks into 4 categories. Urgent and important, do these tasks immediately. Important but not urgent, schedule time to do these tasks. Urgent but not important, delegate these tasks if possible. Not urgent or important, eliminate or minimize these tasks. By focusing on tasks that are both urgent and important, you ensure that you're using your time wisely and not wasting energy on low priority tasks. Plan and schedule. Once you've prioritized your tasks, it's time to schedule them. Time blocking is an effective strategy for managing your day. Time blocking involves dedicating specific blocks of time to specific tasks, which ensures that you remain focused and productive. For example, set aside 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for focused work on your project, and don't allow any distractions during that time. Then schedule another block of time in the afternoon for checking emails or handling administrative tasks. This system helps you manage your day effectively and ensures that you're not jumping from task to task without a clear focus. Eliminate distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: social media, emails, phone notifications, and so on. But if you want to achieve success, you need to minimize distractions and stay focused on what matters. Set boundaries for yourself and create a work environment that encourages productivity. For example, turn off notifications on your phone while you're working on important tasks, or use apps that block distracting websites during certain hours of the day. When you eliminate distractions, you can give your full attention to the tasks that will move you closer to your goals. Success requires discipline and consistency. At the end of the day, achieving success isn't about luck or talent, it's about taking consistent action toward your goals. Day after day, it's about discipline and building habits that support your success. If you stay focused on your goals, build the discipline to take daily action, and manage your time effectively, success will follow. Remember, success isn't an accident. It's the result of consistent, focused effort. And with the right strategies in place, you'll be well on your way to achieving your dreams. As you reach the final stretch of your journey towards success, there's one key factor that will determine whether or not you make it believe. It's the unwavering trust in yourself and your ability to overcome obstacles, no matter how challenging the road becomes. In this section, we'll explore the transformative power of self-belief and how it fuels you through the hardest moments, especially when the finish line is in sight and you're tempted to quit. At some point in every journey, you will face doubt. It's inevitable. The road to success is not a straight path. It's full of bumps, detours, and even moments when you question if it's all worth it. But during these moments, when everything seems to be going wrong, your belief in yourself becomes your most powerful asset. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you're always confident, nor does it mean you'll never have doubts. It means trusting in your abilities, your potential, and the decisions you've made to keep moving forward. Self-belief is about having the inner strength to stand firm even when the world around you feels uncertain. Why self-belief matters. Belief is more than just a feel-good concept. It's foundational to achievement. When you believe in yourself, you are more likely to take risks, push through obstacles, and persist even when faced with failure. Your belief acts as a compass, guiding you through the toughest times. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He faced countless failures while inventing the light bulb. He was told it couldn't be done, and he encountered thousands of failed attempts. Yet he maintained an unshakable belief in his vision and his abilities. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." It was his belief in himself and his invention that led to the success we all benefit from today. The inner strength to persevere. Belief in yourself means embracing your potential even when things aren't going as planned. It's the deep-rooted confidence that you are capable of finding a way through any obstacle. If you don't believe in your abilities, the journey becomes much harder, and failure is inevitable before you even begin. But when you have self-belief, you're not easily swayed by setbacks or distractions. Self-belief acts as your inner resilience, the foundation for staying motivated and determined to reach your goals. One of the most powerful truths about success is that it often comes just when you feel like quitting. The moments when you feel exhausted, disheartened, and on the brink of giving up are often the moments right before breakthrough. You've probably heard stories of people who were just a step away from success when they decided to give it one final push. Whether it's J.K. Rowling, who faced countless rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, or Steve Jobs, who was fired from the company he founded before returning to lead it to unprecedented success. The reality is the same: the last mile is the hardest, but it's also the most important. The power of persistence in the face of exhaustion. When you're working towards something important, there will come a time when it feels like you're running on empty. You'll encounter moments when every part of your being wants to quit, when you're exhausted mentally, emotionally, and physically. It's easy to think, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. But here's the truth: success often lies just beyond those moments. There's a concept in psychology called the dip, which refers to the low point that we experience before achieving something great. In these moments of discouragement, you have a choice: give up or push through. Those who succeed are the ones who push through, even when it feels like they're at their lowest. The final mile is often the hardest because it's the point when doubts creep in, and it feels like all your efforts have been in vain. But success is rarely a smooth ride. It's earned in the moments you choose to keep going when others stop. It's often said that the road to success is like a marathon, not a sprint. And in every marathon, there's a moment when you feel like you can't go another step. But the key to success is understanding that this feeling of exhaustion is temporary. When you give that extra push, that's when things can change. Remember that the last push often means success is just around the corner. You don't know how close you are to breakthrough until you keep going. Every step forward, even when it feels like you're barely moving, is bringing you closer to your goal. I think about the athletes who give everything they've got in the final stretch of a race, or the entrepreneurs who grind out those final sleepless hours before the big deal closes. In that moment, when it feels like it's too much, the key is to believe in the bigger picture. Trust in your journey, and understand that this is the moment that could change everything. In closing, let me remind you the road to success is long, and it is filled with obstacles. But it is also filled with growth, strength, and countless opportunities. The journey will test you, push you to your limits, and challenge your beliefs. But the most important lesson to take away is this: success is earned by those who keep going when it feels like the end. So whatever challenges you face, whatever setbacks you encounter, don't give up. When you feel like you're at your lowest, remember that success is often the result of the last push, the one that happens when everyone else gives up. Push through, because the road ahead is worth every bit of effort. Embrace the challenge, keep believing in yourself, and give it your all. The finish line is closer than you think. As we come to the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the road to success. It is often said that success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And that journey is yours to create. The obstacles, challenges, and setbacks along the way are not signs to stop, they are signs to keep moving forward. The road may not always be clear, and the path may not always be smooth, but the one thing that will keep you going is your determination to never give up. To recap key points. Perseverance, we discussed how the key to overcoming adversity lies in the ability to persevere. Success doesn't come to those who quit after the first failure, but to those who continue to push forward in the face of hardship. Every setback is simply an opportunity to rise stronger, more equipped for the next challenge. Perseverance is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Goal setting, you've learned the importance of setting clear, actionable goals. Successful people are not aimlessly wandering through life, they know exactly where they are going. Whether big or small, each goal is a stepping stone that leads you closer to your ultimate success. The clearer your vision, the more power you have to turn obstacles into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Resilience, life will test you. You will face challenges that seem insurmountable. Resilience isn't about avoiding these difficulties, it's about how you respond to them. When you're knocked down, resilience is what gets you back up. It's what allows you to learn from failure, adapt, and come back even stronger. Resilience means that no matter what happens, you keep going, because you know that the only real failure is quitting. Self-belief, ultimately, the most powerful force on your road to success is your belief in yourself. It's not about being invincible or flawless. It's about knowing that you have the strength to keep going even when everything seems to be falling apart. You must trust your own abilities and hold firm to the conviction that you are capable of achieving greatness. The road to success is long, it's challenging, and at times it can seem like it's just too much. But it's worth every single step. Every hour of hard work, every moment of frustration, every time you get back up after falling, these are the moments that create the story of your success. The road is yours to pave, and no one can do it but you. So no matter where you are right now, no matter how hard it feels, remember this success is waiting for you. It's out there just beyond the next hurdle, the next challenge. And when you feel like giving up, when you feel like you've exhausted every ounce of energy, know that the moment you push through is the moment you get closer to your victory. Never give up. You've already made it this far. The only thing left to do is keep moving forward. Each step you take, each challenge you overcome, brings you closer to the success you've been working toward. The road to success is long, but it's worth every step. Never give up, and success will be yours. Keep moving forward. Success is waiting for you.